What's going on, y'all? Your boy Darius here, back in for another video, and this time I'm here with something special. Alright, I teased it yesterday because it is WrestleMania weekend, right? WrestleMania is literally tomorrow. Night 1 is tomorrow, and then of course night 2 after that. I already did my predictions for it. It's up on the channel, but I'm gonna be doing something different, and that is using the wonderful gift of AI. Everyone loves AI. AI can do no wrong. I'm gonna use AI to book WrestleMania Night 1. I'm going to do two separate videos, one for Night 1, one for Night 2. In this one, we're going to book out WrestleMania Night 1. I'm using ChatGPT. I'm going to give it, kind of like the background of the stories, of the matches, and then see what they come up with there, right? And we're going to have a good old time on this journey, all right? Before we jump to the video, though, do me a huge favor, man. Hit that subscribe button. All right, I'm on the road to 600 subscribers, man. Recently crossed over that 500 threshold, man, thanks to you guys. And now I'm moving on to 600, man. So make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you know every time I upload a video. Also, leave a like, man. Helps out the video immensely. So let's not waste much time here, man. Let's not waste much time here, okay? I got the match card. I got the match card written down. And hopefully this isn't too bad. Hopefully they can give us some entertaining stuff, right? All right, so we're here on good old fashioned ChatGPT. Night 1. I'm gonna start out with the Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar, and Dominic Mysterio. Okay, I just thought about it, man. The knowledge cutoff is like 2021. Okay, here we go. You're gonna read this here, all right? The anticipation hung thick in the air as fans filled the Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, eagerly awaiting the spectacle that was WrestleMania 40. Among the myriad of matches slated for the evening, none carried quite the personal vendetta as the opening bout between two iconic families turned bitter rivals. Okay, the crowd erupted in a symphony of cheers and jeers as the announcer's voice boomed throughout the stadium, signaling the commencement of the first match. The Titantron flashed to life, showcasing the intense rivalry between the combatants. On one side stood the legendary Rey Mysterio, flanked by his protege, Dragon Lee, both representing the proud legacy of the Lucha World Order. It's Latino World Order. Come on, man. That's AI. Rey's mask wore the colors of the Mexican flag, a symbol of his heritage and the pride he carried into battle. Dragon Lee, the embodiment of youthful exuberance and raw talent, exuded confidence as he prepared to fight alongside his mentor. Opposite them stood a formidable duo, Santos Escobar, and Dominic Mysterio. Escobar, the cunning leader of Legado del Fantasma, at least I know that, exuded an aura of menace. His gaze locked on Rey with unbridled animosity. Dominic, Rey's own flesh and blood, had once stood by his father's side, but has since betrayed him, choosing to align himself with Escobar in a shocking twist of fate. The tension in the arena was palpable as the bell rang, signaling the start of the match. Rey and Dragon Lee wasted no time launching a flurry of lightning-fast maneuvers, showcasing their mastery of Lucha Libre. Their synchronicity was unmatched as they seamlessly executed tandem moves, keeping Escobar and Dominic on the offensive. But Escobar was no stranger to adversity, and he rallied his partner with a calculated strategy. The tide began to turn as Dominic unleashed a relentless assault, fueled by his pent-up resentment towards his father. Okay? The once unbreakable bond between father and son had been shattered, replaced by a bitter rivalry that threatened to tear their family apart. Rey fought valiantly, his every move a testament to his resilience and determination. But as the match wore on, fatigue began to take its toll, and the numbers game caught up to him. Escobar and Dominic exploited every opportunity, targeting Rey with ruthless precision, intent on crushing the spirit of the Lucha Libre legend. Just when it seemed all hope was lost, Dragon Lee emerged as a saving grace, unleashing a breathtaking display of athleticism. With lightning-fast strikes and gravity-defying acrobatics, he turned the tide in their favor, igniting a resurgence of hope in the hearts of the fans. The climax of the match approached as Rey summoned every ounce of strength within him, rallying against the onslaught of his adversaries. With one final burst of energy, he soared through the air, executing his signature 619 maneuver with pinpoint accuracy, leaving Escobar and Dominic out cold in the mat. What, he hit it on both of them? That's crazy. Double 619? The crowd erupted to deafening cheers as Rey and Dragon Lee emerged victorious. Their bond is stronger than ever in the face of adversity. As they stood triumphant in the center of the ring, the message was clear. No matter the odds, the legacy of the Lucha World Order would endure, unyielding in the face of betrayal and adversity. Oh man, so ChatGPT got Ray and Dragon Lee winning this one. Okay, all right. I mean, sure, that was one hell of a read. Ray won with the 619 on both Santos and Dominic. All right, interesting outcome here. By the way, like I don't put in, like I don't tell it, who to have win. I'm just like I put in the match, give it a little background, and we see what it comes up with. So that is one for Ray and Dragon Lee, man. I would tell you what my predictions was, but you need to go watch the video for that in case you haven't already. Moving on to our next match. Let's move on to the next match I put down here, which was Team Black Queens, as I called them. The team of Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi against Damage Control, Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. Here's what ChatGPT has put out for us here, alright? As the echoes of the previous match between Rey Mysterio and his adversaries reverberated through the arena, anticipation continued to build for the next showdown at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. The stage was set for a high-stakes encounter featuring 6 of the most formidable women in the WWE Universe, each with their own scores to settle and alliances to uphold. On one side of the ring stood the electrifying trio of Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi. Bianca, the EST of WWE, exuded confidence as she cracked her signature whip. She cracked it. Okay, alright. Her hair. She makes it sound like she actually has a whip like she's Indiana Jones or something. A symbol of her unyielding determination and unwavering resolve. By her side stood Jade Cargill, a powerhouse newcomer whose arrival has sent shockwaves to the WWE Universe. And alongside them was Naomi, the ever-vibrant and dynamic superstar known for her dazzling athleticism and infectious energy. Opposing them was the menacing faction of Damage Control, led by the ruthless Dakota Kai, flanked by the formidable duo of Asuka and Kairi Sane, the reigning WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Dakota Kai, with her cunning and calculated demeanor, led her allies with a sense of purpose, each member unified by their shared desire for dominance. The tension in the arena reached a fever pitch as the bell rang, signaling the start of the match. Bianca Belair wasted no time, charging forward with her trademark speed and agility, determined to take the fight to Damage Control from the outset. Naomi followed suit, her every movement a testament to her resilience and fighting spirit. But Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane were not to be underestimated. With their unparalleled chemistry and ruthless efficiency, they countered every offensive maneuver with precision, relentlessly targeting their opponents with a relentless barrage of strikes and submissions. Okay? As the match progressed, the momentum swung back and forth, each team refusing to back down in the face of adversity. Bianca Belair showcased her unparalleled strength, hoisting Dakota Kai into the air with a spine-jarring suplex. Naomi dazzled the crowd with her lightning-fast kicks and acrobatic prowess, leaving Asuka reeling. Jade hasn't done a whole lot much in this match so far, but just when it seemed like Bianca, Jade, and Naomi had gained the upper hand, the tide turned in favor of Damage Control. Dakota Kai unleashed a devastating assault, targeting Bianca's injured shoulder with ruthless precision. Where'd that come from? Okay. Asuka and Kairi Sane, the seasoned veterans, capitalized on every opportunity, isolating their opponents and wearing them down with relentless onslaught. In the climax of the match, with the outcome hanging in the balance, Jade Cargill emerged as the X-Factor, unleashing her raw power and athleticism in a display of dominance. With a thunderous roar, she laid waste to her adversary, single-handedly turning the tide in favor of her team. With one final awe-inspiring display of teamwork, Bianca, Jade, and Naomi secured the victory, their resilience and determination shining through in the face of overwhelming odds. As they stood victorious in the center of the ring, the message was clear. No matter the challenges they faced, they would always rise above, united in their pursuit of glory. Team Black Queens win. I was getting worried for a second there because it was looking like they were about to lose, but then they're like, no, Jade Cargill single-handedly won it for their team, which, to be honest, is probably how that's actually going to go. If we're being real, I feel like it's going to look like Bianca, and it's going to look like all is lost, and then Jade's going to get like a hot tag, run in, and take out all of them. Hell, she might even stack all 3 of them like Roman stacked Edge and Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. So there we go, man. Team Black Queens get the win there. Next up, we have ourselves the 6-pack ladder match, man. We know the teams involved. It's New Catch Republic, A-Town Down Under, DIY, New Day, Awesome Truth, and then of course the Judgment Day, Finn and Damien. Okay, I messed up the prompt like halfway through, so I had to like quickly go in and edit something. But here we are. I didn't read anything. This is all fresh. Let's see what ChatGPT has done this time. All right. The anticipation reached a fever pitch at the next match as announced the 6-pack ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team titles. The stakes can be higher as six of the most talented tag teams in the WWE vied for supremacy, each hungry to etch their names to the annals of wrestling history. In one corner sit the fan-favorite duo, The Miz and R-Truth, affectionately known as The Awesome Truth. The crowd erupted into cheers as The Miz raised his microphone, proclaiming their intention to reclaim tag team gold and electrify the WWE Universe once more. R-Truth, ever the crowd favorite, added his signature flair to the proceedings, promising to bring the house down with their unique blend of charisma and skill. Opposite them stood the New Day, represented by the high-flying Kofi Kingston and the trombone-totting Xavier Woods. Dressed in their vibrant attire, the New Day exuded confidence as they danced their way to the ring, their infectious energy igniting the crowd into a frenzy of excitement. With their unmatched chemistry and unbridled enthusiasm, they were determined to prove why they were one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Next up, hashtag DIY, the dynamic duo Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Despite their tumultuous history, Gargano and Ciampa had put their differences aside, united by their shared passion for competition and desire to capture tag team gold once more. With their unmatched technical prowess and never-say-die attitude, they were a force to be reckoned with inside the ring. The nefarious tandem of A-Town Down Under, comprised of Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, sauntered confidently to the ring, their cocky demeanor a stark contrast to the camaraderie of their opponents. With a disdainful smirk, Waller and Theory made it clear they would stop at nothing to claim victory, even if it meant resorting to underhanded tactics. The New Cash Republic, represented by the hard-hitting duo of Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, entered the fray with a steely determination etched upon their faces. Hailing from the United Kingdom, in case you didn't know, Dunne and Bate were no strangers to adversity, their rugged style and unwavering resolve making them formidable adversaries for any team. Last, but certainly not least, were the reigning champions, Judgment Day, embodied by the enigmatic Finn Balor and the powerhouse Damian Priest. With the titles draped over their shoulders, which they wouldn't be, they'd be suspended above the ring, but I digress. Balor and Priest exuded an aura of dominance, their sinister smiles hinting at the punishment they were prepared to unleash upon their challengers. As the bell rang, here we go. Chaos erupted inside the ring as all six teams vied for control. Ladders were wielded as weapons, bodies soared through the air, and alliances were forged and broken in the blink of an eye. The arena trembled with each thunderous collision as the competitors risked life and limb in pursuit of glory. In the climax of the match, as bodies lay scattered around the ring and the titles hung tantalizing, that word, above. It was The Miz and R-Truth who emerged victorious. Okay, their hands clutching the unified tag team titles high above their heads. The crowd erupted into thunderous applause as the Awesome Truth celebrated their hard-fought victory, their journey culminating in a triumphant moment that will be etched into the annals of wrestling history. I cannot speak or read today. But they had Miz and R-Truth winning this, and importantly to note, they didn't split the titles. That's what I went into the prompt to edit. I was like, okay, I forgot. I got to make sure that the titles can be split here. They said, nah, we're not splitting any titles. They get both of them. Interesting. Awesome Truth gets the win. Okay, not bad, ChatGPT, not bad. All right, next up we have ourselves Rhea Bloody Ripley versus Becky Lynch, obviously for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship or just Women's World Championship title. All right. So here we go. The tension in the arena was palpable as the time arrived for the highly anticipated Women's World Championship match at WrestleMania 40. The reigning champion, Rhea Ripley, stood tall in the ring, her demeanor exuding confidence as she awaited the arrival of her challenger, Becky Lynch. The air crackled with anticipation as the crowd erupted into cheers and jeers, eagerly anticipating the clash between two of the most dominant forces in women's wrestling. As familiar strains of Becky Lynch's entrance music filled the arena, the crowd roared with excitement. The fiery redhead emerged from backstage, her gaze locked firmly on the ring as she made her way down the ramp, her determination palpable. The animosity between Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch had reached a boiling point in the weeks leading up to WrestleMania. Rhea, ever the dominant champion, had been relentless in her mind games, taunting Becky with veiled threats and psychological warfare. Has she? She had targeted Becky's family, questioning her commitment and resolve, determined to push her challenger to her breaking point. Becky, for her part, had remained undeterred, channeling her anger and frustration to the laser-focused determination. The fiery Irishwoman had made it clear that she would stop at nothing to dethrone Rhea and reclaim her rightful place atop the women's division. As the match got underway, the intensity was palpable. Rhea wasted no time, asserting her dominance, launching a relentless assault on Becky with a series of bone-crushing strikes and punishing holds. But Becky refused to back down, fighting tooth and nail to weather the storm and mount a comeback. The action spilled out of the ring as the two competitors brawled with reckless abandon. Okay, all right, we're starting to cook here. Trading blows amidst the chaos of the ringside area. With each passing moment, the stakes grew higher, the intensity reaching a fever pitch as the crowd locked on in awe. But just when it seemed like Rhea had Becky on the ropes, the challenger dug deep, summoning reserves of strength and resilience that few could match. With a sudden burst of energy, Becky launched over Rhea, unleashing a flurry of devastating strikes that rocked the champion to her core. In the climax of the match, both women battered and bruised, Becky delivered her signature maneuver, the manhandle slam, sending shockwaves in the arena as she pinned Rhea to the mat for the 3 count. You're right. You're right, ChatGPT. Yeah, Rhea's winning. Get the hell out of here. The crowd erupted into deafening cheers as Becky Lynch was declared the new Women's World Champion. Her victory, testament to her unyielding spirit and unwavering determination as she stood tall in the center of the ring, the championship held high above her head. Becky's triumph was a vindication of her journey and a promise of even greater battles to come. Yeah, right. That's absolutely not happening. Is the conversation helpful so far? I mean, kinda, but like you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind if you think Becky's gonna win. Get out of here with that. Get out of here. All right, man. Here we go. We have ourselves next up. Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. Yeet versus no yeet. All right. Let's see what they cooked up here. All right, we have the tension between brothers hung heavy in the air as the next match unfolded at WrestleMania 40. In a showdown fueled by betrayal and family strife, Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso stood face to face in the ring, their bond shattered by betrayal and their paths diverging in the wake of their fractured relationship. The story of this match traced back to Jimmy's shocking betrayal of his brother Jey, when he chose to remain loyal to the bloodline, led by their cousin Roman Reigns. Jimmy's actions had cost Jey his shot at the Universal Championship and later resulted in the loss of their tag team titles. No, I mean, Jey and Cody. Okay. Living a bitter taste of betrayal lingering between the brothers. I guess I should have been more specific in my prompt. Anyway, as the bell rang, the intensity between Jey and Jimmy was palpable. There were no words exchanged, only raw emotion as they circled each other in the ring. I can absolutely see that. Each man determined to prove his superiority and vindicate his choices. Jey, having embraced his role as a solo star, fought with a newfound ferocity, channeling his anger and frustration to every striking maneuver. He was determined to prove that he didn't need Jimmy or the bloodline to succeed, that he was capable of standing on his own 2 feet. It's just me, Oos. And forging his own path to glory. But Jimmy, ever the loyal soldier of the bloodline, refused to back down. He fought with a sense of purpose, determined to show Jey that he needed him, that their bond as brothers and as members of the bloodline was stronger than any betrayal or resentment. The match raged on with neither man willing to give an inch. Bodies collided with bone-jarring impact as they exchanged blow after blow, the intensity of their rivalry driving them to push themselves to their limits and beyond. In the climax of the match, with both men exhausted and battered, it was Jey who emerged victorious. Okay. His resilience and determination carrying him to triumph. As he stood over his fallen brother, the weight of their fractured relationship hung heavy in the air, a stark reminder of the bonds that had been broken and the wounds that may never fully heal. But even in victory, there was no sense of satisfaction. I need to speak today, man. There was no sense of satisfaction. I keep doing it again. There's no sense of satisfaction for Jey. All right? The rift between him and Jimmy ran deep, and the scars of their betrayal will continue to haunt them long after their final bell had tolled. That is poetic. As he made his way backstage, Jey knew that the road ahead would be fraught with challenges both in and out of the ring, but he was determined to forge ahead to carve out his own destiny, no matter the cost. Transformer style. Okay. So they had Jey win. Interesting. All right. I kind of like the idea that, even after beating him, like Jey not being happy about it, I can absolutely see them doing that, even though I think Jimmy's going to win. But if Jey was to win, I could see Jey just kind of like looking down at his brother, just being like, it didn't have to be this way, Oos, That's not half bad. All right, man, and now we're going to move on to the second to last match that we're going to have here for night one, of course, which is Gunther versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm going to be very critical of this because, as you may not know, or know, who knows, I am a Gunther mark, a massive Gunther mark. So let's see what they cook up here. All right, the atmosphere inside the arena, stadium, more like it, crackled with anticipation as the next match for the Intercontinental Championship was announced at WrestleMania 40. Yeah, like it's just announced. Anyway, the crowd erupted into cheers and jeers as the imposing... That's a hallmark of AI, right? Cheers and jeers. So if you see people using that, you'd know it's probably AI. As the imposing figure of Gunther, the longest reigning champion in recent memory, Intercontinental Champion, made his way to the ring, the coveted Intercontinental Championship slung over his shoulder. Opposite him stood his challenger, the fiery and determined Sami Zayn, flanked by his coach, Chad Gable. I made sure to put that in there. Sami's eyes burned with intensity as he stared down Gunther, his desire to dethrone the champion evident for all to see. With Chad Gable in his corner, Sami had been honing his skills and strategy, eager to succeed where others had failed and claim championship gold. The rivalry between Gunther and Sami Zayn had been brewing for weeks, fueled by Sami's relentless pursuit of the Intercontinental Championship and Gunther's refusal to back down from any challenge. Chad Gable, a longtime rival of Gunther's, had taken Sami under his wing, offering his expertise and guidance in hopes of giving Sami the edge he needed to emerge victorious. As the bell rang, the match got underway with both men circling each other warily, each one searching for an opening to gain the upper hand. Gunther, with his opposing size and unmatched strength, wasted no time asserting his dominance, unleashing a barrage of powerful strikes and punishing holds on Sammy. But Sammy, fueled by his desire to prove himself in the guidance of Chad Gable, refused to be intimidated. With lightning-fast reflexes and a cunning intellect, he countered Gunther's onslaught with precision, using his speed and agility to keep the champion off balance. As the match wore on, the momentum shifted back and forth, with neither man willing to give an inch. Gunther's raw power clashed with Sammy's resilience and resourcefulness in a thrilling display of athleticism and determination. In the climax of the match, here we go. You better not have Gunther lose, I swear. With both men exhausted and battered, it was Sami Zayn who seized the opportunity to strike with a sudden burst of energy. He executed his signature maneuver, the haluva kick, connecting squarely with Gunther's jaw and sending the champion crashing to the mat. Gunther, kick out, please. Gunther, kick out. Gunther, kick out. The crowd erupted in deafening roars. The referee got the pinfall. No. Declaring Sami Zayn the Intercontinental Champion. Absolutely not. In the aftermath of the match, Chad Gable joined Sami in the ring, hoisting the championship high above their heads in celebration. For Sami Zayn, it was a triumphant moment, the culmination of weeks of hard work and determination. Yeah, bullshit. Not happening. Don't like it. End of story. All right, man, we have made it to the main event, man. Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth. The stakes, gigantic, man. We know what it is. Let's jump into it. The anticipation reached a fever pitch as the main event, WrestleMania 40, Night 1, it should have said, loomed large in hearts and minds of fans around the world. In a clash of titans that transcended mere competition, two of the most iconic figures in the history of professional wrestling, The Rock and Roman Reigns, stood united against their formidable foes, Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. The story of this epic showdown dated back to the previous year, when Cody Rhodes had come agonizingly close to dethroning Roman Reigns as the Undisputed Universal Champion, only to be thwarted by the interference of the Bloodline, specifically Solo Sikoa. Oh, God. I've been talking too much. The betrayal had fueled Cody's determination to right the wrongs of the past and claim championship gold once more, or it should say, for the first time or whatever. By standing in Cody's path was none other than the final boss himself, The Rock, a legend in his own right and a force to be reckoned with inside the squared circle. With a personal vendetta against Cody, The Rock was determined to ensure that Cody never finished his story, that he would forever be overshadowed by the shadow of greatness that The Rock casts. Damn. On the other side of the ring stood Seth Rollins, a former rival to Cody, had found common cause in their shared desire to rid WWE of the Bloodline's tyranny. With its enigmatic presence and unyielding resolve, Seth Rollins stood as a beacon of hope for those who dared to challenge the status quo. The stakes of the match were higher than ever, with the fate of Cody's upcoming championship match against Roman Reigns hanging in the balance. If The Rock and Roman Reigns emerged victorious, Cody's match in Night 2 would be contested under Bloodline rules, ensuring that the Bloodline's influence would loom large over the proceedings. But if Cody and Seth could triumph, the match would be free of the Bloodline's interference, allowing Cody to face Roman Reigns on equal footing. As the bell rang, the tension in the arena was palpable, each competitor keenly aware of the significance of the moment. The match erupted into chaos from the outset, with bodies flying and alliances shifting in the blink of an eye. Really? What? The Rock and Roman Reigns unleashed a relentless assault on Cody Rhodes, their combined might proving to be a formidable obstacle for the determined challenger. But Cody refused to back down, fighting with every ounce of strength and determination he possessed, driven by the desire to prove himself and claim redemption. Meanwhile, Seth Rollins found himself locked in a fierce battle with Solo Sikoa. Where the hell you come from? The enforcer of the Bloodline. You're not in the match! But let's be honest. He's going to come out. It's going to be Bloodline interference in this shit. The two adversaries clashed with ferocious intensity, each refusing to give an inch as they sought to gain the upper hand. In the climax of the match with the fate of... They made it sound like Seth was fighting Solo and Cody was fighting Rock and Roman by himself. That's messed up. In the climax of the match with the fate of WrestleMania hanging in the balance, it was Cody Rhodes who emerged as the unlikely hero, summoning the reserves of strength and resilience that few could match. With a thunderous roar, he unleashed his signature maneuver, the Crossroads, laying The Rock out cold on the mat. As the referees counted the pinfall, the crowd erupted into thunderous applause, their cheers echoing throughout the arena as Cody and Seth emerged victorious. With their triumph, the oppressive shadow of the Bloodline was lifted, and Cody's match against Roman Reigns on Night 2 would proceed free of interference, ensuring a fair and just contest for championship gold. As Cody stood tall in the center of the ring, the weight of his victory sinking in, he knew that the road ahead would be fraught with challenges. But with Seth Rollins at his side and the support, I feel like I have a lisp, and the support of the WWE Universe behind him, he was ready to face whatever obstacle came his way and carve out his own destiny in the annals of wrestling history. My God! They had Cody and Seth winning, and specifically, Cody pinning The Rock with the Crossroads. That would be something. I don't expect it to happen, but that would be something. It would be a moment, a monumental moment. But yeah. That is WrestleMania as ChatGPT would have it. Night one, or I put two up. Night one, night two will be in a different video. Um, I mean, some of their choices, I feel like the only choices that I didn't agree with was having Rhea lose, having Becky beat Rhea, and having Sammy beat Gunther. Having Sammy beat Gunther for the championship, you're right, that's not happening. This one, it could go either way with me. I'd be fine with either, but I just feel like in my heart of hearts, what's going to happen, Cody and Seth are going to lose. Night 2 is going to be full Bloodline Rules shenanigans. It's going to be like an episode of Raw in the Attitude Era, and, it's going to be chaos. But you can, once again, go to my predictions video for my thoughts on how I think the card is going to go for both nights. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you think ChatGPT did? How do you think AI did booking out WrestleMania Night 1? Right? Do you agree with what they did? Do you think it's stupid? Let me know, man. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.